Pittsburgh Landing at 5 p.m. Emmons Brigade was brought.
We were under the impression that both Dawn's great-great-grandfather, who fought under General William Nelson, and my great-grandfather, who I thought fought under Claiborne from the Confederacy, fought against each other here. Well, now I've found new information last night, which is kind of sad for me, but also not sad because this was a brutal place to be. Is that my great-grandfather, March of 1862, and then he became part of the Arkansas 31st right after Shiloh. Whoa! He became part of the Arkansas 31st right after Shiloh. Whoa!
Crappily. Okay, that's
So,
loud.
what was soft? That's
louder than on my cannons.
we'll just have a first-hand look at that in a second. They're doing cannon firing today, and we'll catch the next show. Oh, jeez. Anyways, we thought they fought against each other. My great-grandfather was not here after all, but I did have family here.
Yes, you did.
So there was some other news that fought in this war. So, but it wasn't my direct great-grandfather. It was family though. So,
But mine is right.
yeah, but Don's is right here. They part of the Ohio, and Nelson came into the fight on the second day. So they weren't here on the first day of battle.
No, he was.
No, they got there that night. They didn't engage till the next day.
Well, he marched on Sunday, April 6th, up the east side of the Tennessee River to a point
Right.
opposite Pittsburgh's line.
Right. So they weren't part of the battle until the 7th.
Until the 7th.
Yeah. Well, let's go check things out. And now it's interesting. Tennessee had soldiers on both sides of the war. This was a battery of a Tennessee Union regiment, but yet I did have a relative that fought in one of the southern Tennessee regiments under Claiborne. I do feel kind of sad it wasn't my great-grandfather. I was kind of hoping that would have been it. We could have stood out here and figured out where they were, but this was no fun matter. Ooh. Definite tools of the trade. That's the cannon over there they're going to be firing. Now the point we're at right here is just off Pittsburgh Landing, so this is a major staging area for the Union troops. They amassed the largest army in the Civil War right here at Shiloh. It was one of the largest gatherings of any of the battles, and the death toll of this battle was more Americans killed than all the previous wars combined at this date and time. So as of April 1862, no other battle was anywhere near this bloody, this deadly. So I'm going to stop the camera right now, but we'll pick it up when they start telling us about this artillery fire. getting all sorts of weird hits on her ghost hunting app. Apparently, it said, don't, afraid and disembodied. Wow. A lot of unknown soldiers out here too from this battle. A lot of fallen soldiers. Now this is a current national cemetery for military, so not all the stones here are for Civil War battles, but a lot of them are. So what else are you getting?
Well, I'm switching back and forth between different ones. This got really high at one point, so now I'm getting a couple of, it was up way up here at one point.
Huh.
This is interesting. Some of the things I got since I've been here, I've gotten Brave, Amanda, yes, Farm, Flo, and Abby, Thomas, Tragic, my daughter Lillian, Stabbed, Money, Heinous, My Hands, Connor, Huge, Blinding, Red, All the Pain, Rolled, Tell, Oracle, Binding Again. No, Binding, I guess was not Blinding. It was Warm, Until, Awkward, Bones, Eyes, Max, and this is, then I get Don't, So Afraid, Coins, Held Back, They're All Right, Disembodied, and Maggot.
What's interesting, there is a thing with coins on the gravestones.
Yes, there is, and I asked where they would like me to place the coins. If there's a specific place I have a coin, and I would be more than happy to place a coin. But I don't know where they want me to place the coin.
We need to look it up because there's actually meaning behind different coins.
Yes, there is.
I think one is if you served with them, one if it's a relative, and one if it's, so
Yep.
you're gonna need to look that up and see. Well, we probably should push on. There's a lot to see here. We're only just getting started.
I'm gonna go.
All right, not sure where Dawn went, but if you come to Shiloh and you're hungry, you got to check out this Catfish Hotel. Oh my gosh, the food is amazing. I am so stuffed, and we're taking half of it home. Awesome, awesome restaurant. It's right there in the Shiloh Historical Battlefield Park. We're taking a look around. We're right on the Tennessee River, just north of Pittsburgh Landing, where Grant's troops came in. Not sure what this is, but it looks cool. I think Dawn's down here somewhere. I lost Dawn. So this is the Tennessee River. We're just north of Pittsburgh Landing. That looks a little precarious. Now Grant and his troops commissioned, they said something like 12 dozen riverboats to bring Union troops down the Tennessee River. And they set up at Pittsburgh Landing. I don't know, Grant landed just south of here. If I was him, I would have brought the troops here and had some catfish dinner before going into battle. No? Oh well.
Comedian.
So definitely that Catfish Hotel, that is the place to go. So the 6th Ohio Infantry under Brigadier Nelson, Army of the Ohio, they formed here to support a battery about 6 p.m. on 1862. It advanced 300 yards and bivouacked Sunday night. So 300 yards into the woods. The battery is out here. And Nelson was actually the commanding brigade that Don's great-great-grandfather fought under, so he was on the spot so many years ago. Wow. Yeah, they came in that night. Nelson's brigade came in Sunday night and set up here to give support, and they engaged in battle the second day. They weren't here in battle the first day. So they were a major force in driving the rebels back on day 2, April 7th. All took place on these grounds. Say hi to your great-great-grandfather. He was sitting right out there the evening of April 6th. This is when they arrived. They first went there to support the battery, and then they advanced 300 yards into the woods and bivouacked there for the night. And
yeah,
they engaged.
That's what it said here, that they bivouacked.
Yeah, they engaged in battle the next night, but that's the spot right there where the other placard is.
Oh, you made it. Brad made it, Grandpa.
They survived. This last line of defense stretched over 2 miles, all the way down to Pittsburgh Landing, where we just were, 2 miles the other direction from the main road that we came in on. How come every time I see any kind of statue like that, the first thought comes to mind, don't blink? I don't know. Any Doctor Who fans out there? Yeah, scary weeping angels, that's what it is. In these woods directly in front of me, this was the hornet's nest. This is a thicket of woods where 2,100 Union federal troops were held down and surrounded by Confederate forces, and they wound up having to surrender at the spot. This is the hornet's nest. The Confederate memorial depicts the defeat of the ultimate battle of Shiloh. But what took place in the hornet's nest was almost a turning point for the Confederacy. The fact that they were able to surround and pretty much wipe out a huge group of the Federals. And this is the thicket of trees it happened in. Ooh, spider webs. I was gonna walk in there, but no, I don't think so. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to walk through there, and right as I started up, there's this huge spider web. All right, we'll just imagine and walk alongside of it. I saw a meme yesterday. The world's greatest martial arts teacher is a spider web in the face. It's also the battery that fired into the hornet's nest. Ketchum's Alabama battery from this position fired into the hornet's nest, which is that grove of trees off to my left. They basically just bombarded the Federals into submission. And this line of cannons just keep going back. I mean, they go back as far as the eye can see, all the way back. I can only imagine the deafening sound. The main part of the battle happened out into this field. The Union forces were driven back and retook it the next day. But the clouds of smoke, you couldn't see. You wouldn't be able to see who the enemy was or who your friends were with all the cannon fire and musket fire. They were saying too that day air was still, which means the smoke is not going to dissipate, and it would have just been a fog across the field. As you saw the cannon fire from the other day, it just hung in the air, seemed like forever, and that was just one firing. This is Fraley Field directly in front of me. Union pickets were heading out and stumbled across Confederate forces at 4:55 a.m. the morning of Sunday, April 6, 1862. This was the first engagement and the beginning of the Battle of Shiloh that lasted the 2 days. There was a fierce day one of fighting. Imagine cutting through the woods and you open up into this field and just see a massive accumulation of soldiers out here just waiting to attack. Wow. It's interesting how these natural fields open up. So this is where it happened. They were engaged from this point. This is Fraley Field. This is where the battle begins. Oh my gosh. Can you hear it? Can you see it? So peaceful, so quiet. Musket fire coming out of the trees. Get out of here. Don't do this. Jeez. Should have learned my lesson the first time. There are spider webs everywhere. Did they just not care about spiders back in the 1800s? Seriously. There were spiders then too. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, if you see a spider crawling on me, don't tell me. Oh my gosh. That is not fun. How in the world did they do that? And they would sleep at, oh jeez. All right, I'm shutting this off. This is actually a vernal spring that comes up. This is known as the Bloody Pond. Oh, there's fish in there. Check that out. There's a lot of fish in there. Oh geez, I'm getting stuck in the mud. Very cool. This is known as the Bloody Pond. There was a battle that took place. Man, there are a lot of fish in that little tiny pond. That's awesome. Where's my fishing pole? All right. Okay, so that is gonna be it for Shiloh and Corinth.
Yeah.
The Mississippi and Tennessee.
So much land.
Yeah, it's stretched.
It's so much bigger. It stretches so much bigger than what Gettysburg did.
Well, when you think about it, there's two battles that took place here.
Yeah. Now, Shiloh was only 2 days also.
Shiloh was a 2-day battle, right. And the siege of Corinth lasted a month.
Right.
And the second battle of Corinth, it was another bloody battle that happened quite a few months later. Mm-hmm. But you'd have seen all that by now. So, so make sure that you hit that subscription button. And
hit that bell, let you know when we post every Sunday at 2.
And for good measure, thumbs up.
Instagram and Facebook. And
our website, www.ouroadtocamelot.com. So, safe travels. See you on the road.
Sláinte.